time to take the recycling out. HMC is in shambles currently as we take a look at the changes for Season 9 Elementals. What is leaving for Elementals? An old favorite, Party Elemental, goes bye-bye. I mean, this was an OG staple of Elementals. The little bit early game scaling. It's kind of sad to see this one go. Crackling Cyclone leaves. I mean, this one was... The Divine Shield was never really in flavor for Ellie's. Like, I kind of understand this one leaving. But, kind of sad to see it go. It's one of the best utility elementals around. Lubber goes. We talked about this in the past. A lot of Tavern spell stuff, it seems. Lubber going away is kind of sad. Fiery Fellblood goes. We saw that in the demon changes. This one's obviously going to change out how shop busts work. Slimy Fellblood leaves, same thing. Recycling Wraith leaves. Massive hit to elementals. Probably the best elemental minion that they had, because it gave you a bunch of economy and free rolls. Was also good for scaling and other stuff. This card leaving is devastation. Devastation. Tavern Tempest goes. More econ for Ellie's leaving. This one also leaving is very sad. One of the best Ellie cards. Another good always Ellie card. Millhouse unplayable. Azurite leaves. I mean, this is probably a good change. Well, but we'll take a look as well while this happens. Frostling leaves. I mean, this card was either insanely powerful or insanely weak. It was never a middle ground. Bramble Witch leaves. We saw this in the full board patch. Massive blow to the meta. This guy goes away. Moss of the Schloss goes away. Very similar to Frostling. Either insanely powerful or just a total non-minion. It going away is probably good. Carbonic Copy goes away. I mean, this card never really became insane in any patch. But this one goes away. Rock goes away. Another huge hit to Ellie's. I mean, this is one of the main forms of scaling for Ellie's. This guy going by is pretty big blow. So Ellie's definitely got massively hit on cards leaving. So hopefully it gets better. Changing. Refreshing Anomaly goes to tier 3. It gives you 2 refreshes that cost 0 now. As in now it's a 3/4. It's an okay change. It's kind of a meh. Either way. Elemental comes back. Minions and Tower have +1/+1 going this game. I mean, we've seen this card in the past. It's an okay card. I mean, it's never bad to pick it up. Never a terrible card. Wildfire gets moved to tier 3. This change happened previously, then moved back to tier 4. I think if there's enough scaling or buffs for Ellie's, this card is going to be good. If not, otherwise it's probably going to be pretty bad. I mean, not going to be bad, but it's never going to be good. Nomi on tier 4. Big change. Nomi was once king of the Ellie's. Then the scaling got too slow, and now it's moved to tier 4. I like it. I'm a big, huge Nomi fan. I think it'll be interesting once it goes to tier 4. Normal recycling rate is a massive hit for Nomi, though. So we'll see if there's an other sort of econ or stuff that helps it go through. Barnstormer comes back as a tier 5. Battlecry and Death Rattle elementals in the tavern have +2/+2 this game. This is probably going to be equivalent or better than Nomi scaling, to be fair. Doesn't require any gold spend a turn. Automatic +2/+2 when you play it. And Death Rattle buffs the shop. I mean, this card is probably just going to be all around good. Genie comes back. Taunt 3/4. Battle Cry and Death Rattle get a random elemental. I mean, This card is going to be great. It doesn't put the elemental on board anymore, but I'm sure that's not going to be that big of a concern. You play Armat, get like 2 elementals. This card obviously going to be very, very good. I mean, there's no question about it. Okay, so let's take a look at stuff. What's new? Tier 1 Dune Dweller. When you sell this, elementals in the tavern have +1/+1 this game. This kind of sucks as a 1-drop. I'll be honest with you. You're never gonna be excited taking this early. If you're into elementals and like our cycling stuff, the buff stuff, it'll probably be okay. But this card is probably gonna be satted up in some way. It's not that great. Tier 1. Fireballer. When you sell this, give your minions +1 attack. Improve your future ballers. So this card is going to be decent. Tier 2 4/3 is decent. It gives you some stats when you sell it. If you get multiple, they're going to be good. This guy's probably going to be decent. Snowballer. When you sell this, give your minions +1 health. Improve your future ballers. Tier 2 3 4. I mean, obviously, same thing. Good stat line for tier 2. Pretty good ability. I mean, it's probably gonna be pretty solid. Tier 4 spell, temperature shift. You had a fireballer and a snowballer. I mean, I think this card is gonna be pretty good. It essentially puts like either minimum 1/2/2, 1/2 or 2/1 onto your whole board. Gives you 2 gold back. If you had some more before, it'll give you a lot more stats. I mean, I think this card is gonna be really good. Probably a very good spell. Icaron the Protector. Divine Shield. After you play an elemental, give it Divine Shield until next turn. Alright, I think this guy's gonna be nuts. If with Nomi and stuff and Barnstormer coming in, your elementals will be pretty big, and you tend to swap out all your elementals every turn anyways. And give them Divine Shield for the turn you swap them in. Has to be insanely good. I mean, you could have 1 dead minion on your board, or 1 like dog shit minion on your board that essentially just buffs all the new allies that you put into your board each turn. I mean, this card, there's no way this card could possibly be bad. This card, I think it's gonna be really good. Twilight Primordium. Battle Cry, give an elemental +2/+2. Improved by each other minion you played this turn. Okay, so first off, tripling into this guy is gonna suck like crazy. It doesn't do much if you triple into this guy. And it have you a terrible stat line. I mean, it's just a massive brick if you triple into this guy, just like a dead slot. Gonna be good in the late game. No more recycling rates means you can't go nuts with this guy. No, it's different than Orchestra Dark Lord because it's just minions you play this turn, not other orchestras. Yeah, the art's really nice on them. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be absolutely terrible or really, really good. But the times it's really, really good is going to be very late in the game, I think. Tier 6, Ultraviolet Ascendant. Start a combat, give your elementals +2/+1 upgrades after you play an elemental. So, if you triple into this guy early, it's going to be very good. You're going to cycle elementals, and then you're just going to buff them every combat. This guy is going to be terrible late though, which is kind of unfortunate. I think it's pretty balanced. It doesn't seem insane. It doesn't seem terrible, but I think it's just pretty balanced all around. I think there's one more. Nether Construct. We saw this also with Demons yesterday. Choose one minions of the tavern have +5/+5 this game, or consume all minions of the tower to gain their stats. I mean, this guy is just all around good minion. You're never unsatisfied with it whenever you get it. Either gonna be a very large elite or just buff your shop. And that is elementals. Elementals are definitely going to seem to be more oriented towards cycling a lot more, even though they lost their best cycler. I think elementals probably aren't going to be amazing. I mean, it has some good tier 5s, don't get me wrong. Like Barnstormer is really good, Genie is good, the new tier 6 guy is good, the last one we just saw. But the rest don't seem that amazing. It has some good cards, but I don't know, it just doesn't have a good scaling engine. As Nomi on tier 4, maybe if you triple a Nomi really early is going to be good. But without recycling rate, Nomi seems much worse. I don't know. I think elementals are going to be a tough spot overall. It definitely has some good utility cards for being part of like a menagerie build, but I think overall, pretty tough spot.